Good afternoon. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev Tuesdays, to be continued. I'm going to get started in 2 minutes. So hop on when you get this notification, follow if you're not following, and we're going to play with Hello Harvest Bundle some more today. I hope you're all having a good Tuesday. Let's see, I'm going to try to get my phone to come down a little bit more, my camera. How's everybody doing? Sorry if I'm making you seasick. I hope everybody's doing well. I have 2 cards for you today. And this bundle, I'm just loving it. The Designer Series paper is stunning. 1 more minute and we're gonna get started. It is a beautiful day today, not too hot. Hi, Debbie. So I did turn on the AC out here just in case it got warm, but it seems like it was actually very nice this morning. I didn't get hot at all. Hello, Margaret, welcome. Well, I was doing my yard work. It was a brisk morning. It felt so good. Little hint of what's to come in fall, maybe. So I think it is 2 o'clock. Yes, it is. We're gonna get started. So I'm just going to turn you down to my desk so we can see what the prize of the month is. Hello, another Debbie, and my little housekeeping things, and then we're going to just get busy. All right, let me turn you down. Hello, Stephanie. How are you? All right, there we go. All right, so here's the July prize. So if you place an order with me, that's how this works. You place an order with me on my, you can shop with me right here. And if you place an order with me in the month of July, your name is going to go into a drawing and you could win the cutting plates. It's a nice little prize because that's a consumable item. And when your plates start to break or bend or whatever, then you will have a new set there waiting for you. I already welcomed you to my page. This is my name, Beverly Morales. Yes, Beverly with 2 E's, and I live in Tracy, California, and I've been a demonstrator for 27 years, but it feels like just a few maybe. Hi, Brenda. Here is my host code for the month, but remember, if your order's over 150, do not use that. You will be the host. So right now, you will not only get the hostess items that you select. Hi, Annie. You will also get celebration items. My YouTube channel is Beverly Morales, Stampin' Up. Just go to YouTube and type that into the search engine, and I will pop up. Yes, I got it fixed. And my email is mofun44@icloud.com. If you need to email me, like if you're, for instance, if you're the winner of the card, which I'm going to announce in a second, then you might want to email me your address if I don't already have it. I'll see it really quickly on email, and then I can get your card out to you. So everybody really, hi Carol, everybody really liked this slider card that I made on Sunday night. Hello, Mary Jo. So let's see who the lucky winner of this card is. Joyce Johnson. Congratulations, Joyce. I already have your address, so this will go out in the mail tomorrow. And I'm so happy for you. Yay, congratulations. I hope you love it when you receive it, Joyce. So this bundle is just amazing, but the other thing that's amazing with it is the Designer Series paper. We already flipped through this a few times, so I'm just going to mention the name of it for you in case you wanted to know. It's called Rustic Harvest, and there is the code in case you want that too. It is featured in the Holiday Mini. So that is where you will find it. I'm going to let you know what we're going to use today. We're going to use mini glue dots, again the foam adhesive strips, and dimensionals, and liquid glue as our adhesives. We're also going to need our snips and our take your pick tool and our bone folder. Those pretty much are all basic items that if you're new, you do need in your arsenal of product to be a stamper. I also used to stamp the banner on this card the Evening Evergreen color of ink. And we are going to embellish with the holiday rhinestone jewels. I don't know if these are retired or not. I didn't look, but I want to use them up, and they happen to coordinate very well with the card I'm making today. I'm using a water painter, and I use the Stripes and Splatters embossing folder. I use the stripes on this card that I'm going to show you in a minute. The Quatrefoil folder also, one of my favorites. So pretty. There you go. There's a good glimpse of the pattern. Some foil paper. Now you can use gold, you can use silver, you can, hi Roseanne, hi Pam, you can use copper, whatever you have. I'm just going to use a little bit for the top of the pumpkins. And then the rustic pumpkin dies and the stamp set, of course, is what I'm using for this card. But what I'm really excited about is a technique that I came up with the other day. I'm going to need some of our soft succulent satin ribbon too. We are going to use some re-inkers, the soft succulent re-inker and the pumpkin pie re-inker. This is for the technique that I'm just started to talk about, and also the Pearlized Enamel Effects. Now this is new on page 59 in the new holiday mini. It also comes with a black that's more like a charcoal, very, very pretty, and a pearlized real red. So just imagine these colors a little bit lighter than you would expect them to be because they're pearlized. Okay, I'm going to use the white today. North Carolina, I love it. All right, and for my technique, I'm going to use a block. Okay, so let's start by showing you the card this time. Hey, I remembered to show you the card before I got started. I have two cards today. Hey, Louise. Look at the shimmer and shine of this card. And Wink Estella is not the culprit of the shimmer and shine. Let me know what you think. It's getting some hearts already. Look at this Designer Series paper in the background, and the Evening Evergreen cardstock in the background, and then the soft succulent and the ribbon and the squirrelies and the pumpkins. I'm just loving this technique. So rather than talk about it some more, let me just share what I came up with the other day. All right, I took a block because I want to teach you that whenever you have a Stampin' Up! Item that's white or vanilla, immediately what I want to come to your head is I can color that, whatever color I want, with, let's say it's ribbon, with my blends, with my re-inkers, with my sponges, many, many different ways you can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of basic white cardstock that is size 3 1/4 by 5 for this card here, and I already ran it through the stripes folder because you know how to do that already, and what I want to teach you today mainly is the technique. So I'm going to shake my pearlized white enamel effects. And this is a pretty big piece, so I'm going to use quite a bit of this, and I am going to have to place another order and order some more of this effects because I know that I'm going to be using this technique a lot. I chose to use my aqua painters as my paintbrush, And you just want to wash them off when you're done. And you can use baby wipes to clean off your block when you're done. The Soft Succulent Re-Inker. I'm just going to put a drop and a half right there and see if it's dark enough for me. And then I'm going to get some scrap paper underneath me, because I know I'm going to get this. I'm going to go past the actual cardstock with this technique. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to mix this up, and our white pearlized effects are now soft succulent. And I'm just using the brush of my aqua painter to be my stir stick. Had you guys thought to color this? I haven't seen anybody do it yet, but it just came to me the other day because I do like to look at white and vanilla and think, how can I tint that another color? And because it's pearlized and shimmery, I thought, oh, hi Carol, we all love that look. All right, so the other thing you might want to have next to you is some baby wipes to wipe your fingers down afterwards. And then we're just going to paint. Look at this. It does take a minute to dry. That's why I'm doing this first. So by the time we're done with the other part of the card, this should be dry. You like it? Oh, I'm so glad, Debbie. I fell in love. I said to myself, give it a whirl. That's what your job is. Give things a whirl. You be the tester for your followers. And if it works, hallelujah. And if it doesn't, if it's a fail, and you can tell them that you tried it and it didn't work. So now you guys know this works. Hi, Joan. And whatever color re-inkers you have, you can turn your white pearlized effects that color of your re-inker. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do, now remember I always talk about how I like to make things elegant if I can. Well, I wanted to make these pumpkins a little bit more elegant. I don't know if you noticed when I showed you the card. I'll bring it back in a second, but I want to clean off my brush, and I will clean it off with a baby wipe right now. And I will clean up, and then I will run it under running water to make sure it's completely clean. And then I am going to clean off my block right now. But if you forget to clean off your block, or you get interrupted and you can't do it right away, this will dry on here. Rubbing alcohol will take it off. Plain water and soap, you might have to scrub it a little bit, but rubbing alcohol will take it right off. All right, so our block is good to go. So isn't this paper beautiful? Now I wouldn't paint it and then put it through the folder. Even though it's dry, because of the pressure, it might stick and pull. Most of them would come out okay, but you take the chance of tearing it, because this is, well, one, you might do it too early, and then this would be sticky. But two, I would just do the dry embossing first, and that way you're safe and you don't pull up any color with the embossing folder. Okay, so let's look back again at my pumpkin. So this die here can be a squash, an eggplant, whatever you want it to be, or you can cut 3 out and make a tall pumpkin. But I wanted my pumpkin to be elegant, and I wanted it to have shimmer and shine, so I put the gold top, and that is the gold, another die. So this part here, the bottom is wider, that goes under your pumpkin, and then this thinner part has a little bit of fancy detail there. See how that is? Okay, so that's with any of your glimmer paper, not glimmer paper, your gold or silver foils, or whatever foil you have. Okay, so I did this in advance because, like I said, this has to dry, and I didn't want you to watch me watch paint dry. So here, and I have more than I need because in my little container that I taught you guys about, I've got things waiting for me to use. So when I get ready to make things, I do not have to wait long. All right, so I'm going to put dimensionals here, like I mentioned, that I was going to use as far as my adhesives go. And I do want all of this to stand up well and secure, so I will use quite a bit. Then I'll put this one there. Not even. This is the easiest part of the card. So what I should have done, so lessons learned, ladies, you're going to put the two sides on before you put the middle dimensionals in. And I knew that. Hi, Marion. Welcome. So let me try that again to make it easy for you to see. I'm going to put these two down here like this. Get them the way you want them. Okay, now we can put the middle dimensionals down to hold it together, and then some more on the sides. Okay, so here is the top, the stalk. Thank you for sprinkling, my dear. Put this down and see how far I want it to go. Now, what is going on? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do here, like this. The easiest part of the card, and of course on a live, I'm just all fingers and all thumbs, whatever. You can laugh at me, I'm laughing at me. Okay, this works better. All right. I'm going to do it this way. I think that's how I did it on this card. Just didn't pay attention. I look back at this, I'm going to just roll my eyes and shake my head and say, girly, girly, what were you thinking? All right. So isn't this an adorable pumpkin, so shimmery and shiny, that's going to go on more shimmer and shine? So then we have our little, what did I call them? Curly cues, little vines, little pumpkin guys. And we're going to put one like this. Then there's a long one. There's 3 of these little doohickeys. You poke out the pieces that did not pop out. That's what you need your take your pick tool for. And I am going to put little tiny dots of glue on my pumpkin. I remember on Saturday teaching new, was it Saturday? Yeah, teaching new people, I kept saying, little bits of glue. Of course, we had too much glue because that's what a beginner does. It's nothing new. Even sometimes we as veteran stampers do that, right? But then I'm going to bring this one over here like that. We're going to let that dry. And then we're going to go to our mini glue dots. And our ribbon, I take 2. This ribbon's kind of bulky and wide. Did you paint the pumpkins also? What color? Yes, great question. Thank you for asking. I did. I just did them in advance the same way I just did this. And I used the white Pearlized Enamel Effects and the pumpkin pie refill on top, and then mixed it up with my aqua painters and painted the 3 ovals. Okay, so let's cut off a little bit of this ribbon. My grandson, he loves clay, he loves to sharpen knives and scissors. He just got a new system for his birthday, so I can't wait for him to come over and sharpen all my scissors. As I do go back and forth from paper to ribbon, and I shouldn't, I know that. Okay, so let's see if this is dry. Yep, pretty much. Okay, so let's pull the backings off of here. Ink, let me see, what color ink was in the Pearl Effects? Okay, so I hope I answered your question. So for the pumpkins, it's pumpkin pie, and it's just mixed into the effects, the white. Hello, Nancy. Nice to see your name here. Okay, so let's just put this down. And then I have a piece of Evening Evergreen. It's 3 5/16, so 1/16 over the 3.5 by 5 1/16 is the size. I'll leave that there in case you want to know that. And then I'm just going to layer. I just wanted a little bit peeking through. Looks like you're... Hello, Kim. Looks like you put paper through the embossing folder and then dye. Yes, I mentioned all that at the beginning, Mary Jo. So yes, you want to put your basic white cardstock through whatever folder you want your pattern to be first, and then paint it with the effects, and then let it dry. It does take, probably, I'd say 10 minutes just to be safe. Probably 5, but let's just say 10 to be safe. See how pretty? I mean, talk about shimmer. All right. And then I have a card base, regular card base, white. That looks pretty pale and doesn't do any justice to my focal point. But when I add the Designer Series paper, which is cut the same width as the card, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, placed onto white with your glue. Hi, Connie. Then it just pops like crazy. I just fell in love with it. Okay, I'm going to bring it down so I can get even. You guys know the camera is in my face. And this is what's so lovely about the liquid glue. If you need to move it around, you can. That's a pretty card all on its own. One banner, and you could be done if you wanted to be. That quick and easy, right? So I cut out a few because I love them, and I remember I told you I stamped using the Evening Evergreen ink pad. We're going to put some dimensionals on this guy. Yes, very, very pretty DSP. I agree with you. Okay. And then peel off the backings. And add this to the top. You know, oh my goodness, it kind of reminds me of a most beautiful barnwood door, except it's green. But in our world, a barn door doesn't need to be brown. It can be whatever you want it to be. In fact, I have a barn door in my stamp room here that my grandpa built back in the probably the 20s, and or sooner. And it's red. One side's red and the other side's chippy green, actually. So there you go. We can have green doors, can't we? A little bit of bling. Whatever bling you got hanging around. Remember, I always tell you, get that bling. You're going to be sad if you don't have bling. Your barn doors are red. Oh, how pretty. All right, so we're just gonna use glue because we've got a lot of mounted up already. We have a lot of dimension. So we're gonna go flat here. I'm gonna line this up with my grid paper so I know it's straight. And there we go. So, did you guys learn something? I'm not done, but have you learned something? Did you think on your own to add re-inker to the white Pearlized Enamel Effects so you could make it whatever color your heart desires? Let me know if you thought of that. If you didn't, just say, no, I didn't. Nope, just say, nope, I didn't think of that. And then I will be happy. I will be content knowing I taught you something today. So maybe you did think of it. Love this stamp set. I know, Marie, so do I. Beautiful. Never thought of this. Okay. Well, I know. Nope. Not Kim didn't think of it either. Okay, cool. I'm happy. Connie. Oh, I'm so happy I could teach you something because I know you guys are veteran stampers and you know what you're doing. All right. So there's this card. Nope. You're on. I'm live, Jean. I'm live. So this designer series paper, I kid you not. Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. So here's another base. You didn't think of that either? Another good reason to watch your videos. Aw. So here is the Evening Evergreen base. And I am going to take the floral stamp that comes in the stamp set. And I think I'm just going to use the green. My black's out here, but I think I'm just going to use the green. And I'm going to use this to decorate the inside of my card a little bit. I'm just going to stamp it up here like this. Ooh, yes, I'm glad I used the green. Then I'm going to block some of it with some more of the designer series paper so it's peeking from behind. Then you can put whatever sentiment, like I said. You missed that part, joined late. Okay, I have another oval pumpkin. Did you miss the part about how I painted it? I will show it again because Mary Jo asked the same question and it will not take me but a second to show that again. Okay, so we're going to put this down. And this is the inside. Isn't that pretty already? And beyond simple. Okay. So now, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 again. Another piece of the DSP in the DSP pack. Rustic Harvest. Let's put this down. And then you're going to need your, hi Linda, you're going to need your snips. And in the DSP pack, which I've used up most of already, there is 2 pieces of 12 by 12 that have borders. So it's these florals. I'll just show you these florals across the border, and then there's a space, and then the other side has the same flowers. I took my snips and I just cut out around these, what are these, mums? Hi, Rosemary, and cut out around there with my snips. This is a 4 by 5 1/4, so it's a layer piece size. Look at that. Totally fell in love with this too. And I'm like, really? This is beyond simple. Are you kidding me? So I flip it over and I take my adhesive strips. Take a strip here. I'm glad you like it, Louise. And I'm just going to lay these strips, I got to come down here, on the edge of the paper, as close to the edge as I can get. Sticky side down, Bev. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like it. What did I see? Wow, beautiful. You are full of wonderful ideas. You're just a doll. So I'm going to go down most of the way. I'm going to leave a little space in the corner so I can come across this way. And come most of the way. Again, leave a little space so I can come back up this way. Now save these small pieces because when you have smaller projects going on, you can use them. I just stick them right back on my pack. But for this, I try to use a solid piece because from the side, if you can see it, you don't want to see all these pieced together pieces. Okay, so again, come up to the top and pull it back and snip. And there we go. So I just placed an order a little while ago, and I'm so mad at myself because I forgot to order more pearlized enamel. And I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? But I'm using these strips a whole lot, and so I needed to have them for my open house because we're gonna need them there, I think. I believe that card needed them. And I'm just using them up. Okay, so we're going to pull off the backing of all three pieces. Line up your card using your grid paper so you can be straight. And then put this piece on as a layer with the border about, what is that, 1/8 of an inch all the way around here. And now we have a front pocket. Let's see if this piece fits in here. It does. So I cut a piece. Let me see. If you go all the way to, okay, so this is 4 by 5 1/4 and then cut out at the top. So this is 4. So you're going to cut, this white piece of paper is just under, in between 3 1/2 and 3 3/4. It just depends on how far you have your strips sticking out or in. So just measure according to that. But mine is 3 5/8 by 5 1/4. And I wanted it as long as the card. So it was flush with the card here so I could see "You Are Such a Blessing." I wanted to stamp "You Are Such a Blessing" above the flowers. If this paper was shorter, then it would go deeper into the pocket and you wouldn't have space to stamp your sentiment. You could, before you put this together, you could add ribbon if you want to. I mean, you could just go to town with this. I don't know, a bow there. This is just fine. You could add another banner in case if you didn't want that there. You could add a banner here. All kinds of different things. But what do you think about this pocket front? You could put a gift card in there, and when they pull it up, they have their gift card, and then you have plenty of room to write your message on the inside as well. And that is just going around the flowers with your snips. The DSP did all the work for you. And it just pops with fall colors, doesn't it? So I did the same thing on a long strip, and I put it to one of my candles. You guys have seen this before. But when you start to dress your rooms for fall, you can use this Designer Series paper on your battery-operated candles and have a cluster of them. It's so pretty. I put it together with tear and tape. So I put tear and tape under the flowers too so it will stick to the candle, and then tear and tape where it meets in the back. And I don't have any more cut. So I was thinking this. Let me see here. So here's a strip that you need to cut with your scissors. Okay, so if this was cut with our scissors, we're using our imagination now, and you layered it on top of this one with dimensionals to pop it up, so you would have these flowers flush and then another row of flowers popped up, so this would be dimensional. I had that idea, but I didn't get to it. Plus, I wanted to make sure I had enough of this paper to show you the cards I was making, because this is all I have left. And so I'm in trouble already. All right, for those of you, so this is this card and this one here that I showed you first. So I got questions about, some people came late, and I really don't want you to leave confused. So here's one of my pumpkins. I always shake my enamel. I don't think it says anywhere that you have to shake it, but I always do. I use a block, a clear block, and I put my enamel down. Now I only have one pumpkin to color, so I don't need a whole lot. And when you put your refill, I'm glad I'm doing this again because I didn't say this the first time. When you put your refill, just do a dot. The other one I had a big space, so I did a dot and a half. But this is watery, so if you put too much color on there, you're going to get that runny instead of, you're going to take away its original texture, and it won't paint as well. Ask me how I know that. So then I just stir it up until you see all the white has the color that you chose. This is pumpkin pie for the pumpkins. I ran the pumpkin piece through the embossing folder first, and then you simply paint. This pumpkin has a lot more texture on it than the stripes folder did. So what I did is I ran my paintbrush across fairly quickly, and then I took it off of where I'm painting, scoot it over. You are going to get some on your fingers, and then you can see your white spaces, and you just go back over where you have white spaces if you want, or maybe you want the white spaces, doesn't matter. So I do 3 of those just like that to make my pumpkin. Now notice this pumpkin. I don't know how much detail you guys notice, but this middle one is darker and inverted. The 2 sides are lighter. So if you want that, just add a little bit more on here, make it a little darker, and then you'll have a 2-tone pumpkin if you want that way. The one I did today, they were all the same color. There was no 2-tone in there. But the shimmer and shine is so pretty. Now, the question I would get asked, I would imagine, is how do you clean this off? I clean off with baby wipes immediately. And then when I'm done painting, I run this brush under running water so I know that it's clean and it doesn't get hard. The block, you simply take a baby wipe or a wet towel. If you get it right away, it cleans off real well. If you forget and it dries, you can run it under water. You're going to see that it's pearlized there. You can take some rubbing alcohol and rub it on there. It'll come right off. Okay? So then just let this dry for a few minutes and you're ready to start building your pumpkin. I have more ideas with this set. It's so pretty. So I think my next live, I'm going to use this. I think I'm going to use this again and show you what else I've made. So I hope that doesn't disappoint you, because usually I only do 2 lives with one set. But fall's coming, and I want you guys to have these ideas at your fingertips if you need them. All right? You guys are such a blessing. Thanks for coming. We'll see you later. No more questions? All right. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. You're welcome.